We're going to discuss the leadership struggle within the National Grand Coalition Party, the NGC. The party over the weekend held their executive committee meeting, according to a press release signed after the meeting by the National Secretary General of the party, Alhaji Amadou Sharif. It stated that they've suspended Jismed Suma, the acting chairman and leader of the NGC party, reasons for which they consider as anti-party activities, among other things. Jismed, in his response, says that he is still a member of the NGC party and he has not been suspended. But this morning, to discuss the issues surrounding the political upheavals within the NGC party, we've been joined in the studios by Emmanuel Towe, who is the NGC West District Chairman. And similarly, so we're expected to be joined in the studios by Jismed Suma, who is the suspended chairman of the party, even though, yes, you said he's still a member of the party. But Emmanuel, it's a pleasure having you in our studios.
Yeah. Good morning, AYV. Good morning, Sierra Leone.
Good morning. Just help us understand, from according to the press release, it's been stated that Jismed was suspended as a result of anti-party activities. Help us understand, what are these anti-party activities that led to his suspension?
Okay. Once more, good morning.
Good morning.
Can I please ask an excuse for me to just deliberate on this issue more on our local dialect, because most of the viewers, NGCs, party members are away from the provinces, carrying the likes of what. So I would ask for an excuse for me to just explain the reason of the expression of our acting chairman in our local dialect.
This program is being tailored in this manner for obvious reasons. Right. Okay, so let's continue.
So firstly, we had a national executive meeting on the 5th, that was Saturday, at our party head office. This meeting was called by the chairman, the suspended chairman, Jismed Mami Suma. Okay, in that meeting, we had an agenda. On that agenda, we had welcome, previous minutes, and a lot of things there. One of the items on the agenda was discipline and action of the party. Okay, on that agenda, here comes the suspension of the suspended chairman. There was a motion raised by a NEC member. First of all, let me say this. NEC is the second highest body in the NGC party. The National Executive Council is the second highest body that makes and have the final decision to suspend, even bigger than even the committee, the disciplinary committee. So the disciplinary committee is there to act the law, bring it back to the NEC members. We implement the law, the NEC members. So on that day, the NEC member, first of all, it consists of 79 members made up the NEC. We have 46 at the D-Day meeting. Okay. The first action point that we have to take discipline measures against members within the party. 2 members we are taking discipline action against. One was the district secretary of the Kenema and the deputy women's leader. So thirdly, a NEC member, like I said, has taken motion that, our chairman has been doing anti-party or has been going against the constitution of the party. One, the chairman, the acting chairman, Jismed Suma, raised the fee of the membership without consulting the member of the party, that the fee of the membership should be increased. Secondly, Jismed Suma suspended members, executive member, without the consent of the discipline committee, without even the party. And thirdly, this has not been the first time. I think a week or a month later, Suma was in the media saying that NGC party will sue SLPP for not adhering to their alliance. And a week before this meeting, Jismed Suma was on AYV saying that the party, apologizing to the people of Sierra Leone, that the party is not longer part of the alliance and is appealing to the people. So for these 3 reasons, the motion was raised in front of Jismed Suma. He even endorsed the motion to carry on. So at that point, the Secretary General asked for the motion to be voted for. It was for and against. And to the surprise of Jismed, the for was having 44. There were only 5 people, because we used only the Zoom also to join the NEC meeting. So 44 of the NEC members on that meeting demanded, and Jismed was suspended for that reason. And it was part of our constitution. Let me say this thing, one thing clear. The disciplinary committee chairman was at that meeting. There were 14 disciplinary committee chairman, members of this committee. 11 were present, including the chairman of that committee. So Mr. Suma was suspended by the constitution, not by any grievances for personal reason.
I haven't cited the reasons that led to his suspension. One will say at this moment it seems more like the party is in deciding the NGC. Is it likely as a result of the fact that GSMED has over time made several statements against the SLPPs? That's more the reason why he's been suspended.
Sure. Like I rightly said, it's an anti-party coming to the media saying that the NGC party is no longer part of this alliance. This alliance was signed with SLPP and NGC, and Jesme Suma was part of that signatory. So, and for us to go into this alliance, it's made up of NEC members. We agreed at the NEC meeting, including Jesme Suma, that we should join this alliance. So for us to come out of this alliance, it should be a NEC meeting, agreed. Like I said, the highest body, we agreed. And the consent of the NEC member, we are not aware that Jesme in the radio or media saying that we are out of the alliance. And on that day, the Jesme was even asked if he apologized to the NEC member during the meeting, he will be forgiven. Jesme said no, he will take action against the member. He reluctantly said no. And for you and for the media, or to have it more clear, even our secretary, our deputy secretary, who is Alhaji Ali, we normally call him Lachke, he sent a press release. He even acknowledged that this body is the biggest body. He knows the law. It might be tough for Jesme, but it's a decision of the NEC body. And the NEC is the highest body in the party.
In your estimation, don't you think the agreements within the alliance that was signed between the NGC and that of the SLPP, don't you think it has been breached to some extent?
Well, this is the more reason, you see, we're here. The agreement has not been breached. Let me tell you, maybe Jesme was thinking joining the alliance, it's for Mr. Suma alone. But NGC joining this alliance was, we had an idea that SLPP and NGC, we have one vision for the country. So our reason for joining this alliance was we are thinking alike. We're saying that joining an SLPP will bring this alliance closer. Jesme was thinking that joining this alliance just after the election, maybe he was thinking that he will become the next commissioner or director. Maybe the expectation of Jesme Suma after the alliance led him to this. But Jesme need to know that we join this alliance not for individual, not for myself, Emmanuel, not for Jesme, but for the betterness of the country. Because we are seeing the ruling party having the same idea with NGC. So decided to join this alliance.
As I allow my colleague Fabian to come in, it's just a gentle reminder that we also invited Jesme Suma, who is the acting chairman, suspended acting chairman of the NGC party, but he's yet to avail himself in our studios. Yes, Fabian.
Following that decision, Jesme wrote a letter to the party on Tuesday, 8th October, which was yesterday. What's the follow-up action of the party in response to his letter that he wrote?
Thank you. First of all, Jesme has been suspended. So I can say the letter to the party is null and void for now. Because even Jesme coming to this media here, it should be addressed as a suspended chairman and leader. Because I cannot be sitting here with Jesme saying that I'm the acting chairman of the party.
The second paragraph, I quote, he said, I quote, "I firmly contest this decision and will like to appeal against it," end of quote. That's just one line out of the many things, but he's saying he's contesting it and would like to appeal. So again, what's the consideration of the party to his contestation and appeal to your decision?
First of all, the party, the NEC member gave Jesme a mandate, come to the same media, apologize to the party and saying that you are not sent by the party to say such word. That was the first condition. And if Jesme wanted to contest the suspension, he has the PPRC, because we copied this letter to the PPRC, all media houses. Reason known that we don't want any, after here, any member of this party to come here that say Jesme is still the acting chairman. That's why we copy PPRC, ONS, all media, radio, television, that Jesme Suma has been suspended.
Who is currently the acting chairman of the party?
The secretary, Amadou Sharif, is the acting chairman.
This boils down to the disagreement of the membership in terms of the agreement between the SLPP and the NGC in your alliance. Has that alliance been followed through 100% on both the NGC side and the SLPP side?
Yeah, Fabian, I can say the expectation of this alliance for some NGC member, some will say it's appalling for them. But let's look at this.
By you.
Yes, I'm saying from my own point of view now, Emmanuel, as a district chairman, from the NGC party, there are members who have been appointed. And Ukai is still a member of the party. He was appointed. IJ Kaba, still a member of the party, has been appointed. Mr. Bonda, you know Bonda, he's still a member. He has been appointed. Let me say this, maybe our party member we're expecting, just after the alliance, Emmanuel as district chairman should be ambassador. Jasmine Suma should be finance minister. Maybe the expectation. We did not have what we were expecting in the full packaging. But as far as the party, the agreement is concerned, they are still calling members of our party to work for governor.
Have you been appointed?
Me. Myself. You're talking about myself?
Emmanuel.
I've not been appointed.
What does the agreement speaks to this particular issue? Because it seemed the thorny issue between the SLPP and that of the NGC. What does this agreement speaks to in terms of appointees or whatsoever in that package? Okay,
in that package, the agreement, first of all, the alliance first, like I said earlier, it was the two political parties to meet and agree and take up the election as a one body for the presidential. And that's why we're sending for parliamentary, for the presidential. So the agreement in the alliance was left with the SLPP to do the needful. But here comes a party member of the NGC say that the needful of the SLPP has been coming slowly and they are impatient. But as far as Emmanuel is concerned, we still have in our alliance with the SLPP because I myself can't get out of this alliance now. Jasmine can't get off this alliance now without the consent of this neck body. So let's say we are not having what we are expecting. Well, no one had demanded as an individual to say that we're going off the alliance for now.
It seems more like people who are behind the suspension of GSMED are those who are behind the SLPP.
You can say for now, these are people. I was part of the neck body that do the voting. The members were there, the district committee were there, 10 district chairmen and regional were there. So you can't say they were all these members against. And we are half of these members, we are not appointed. We are not being appointed for any position. Maybe if I've been appointed as a director or minister, you said I'm speaking for a beneficiary point. But we are not being appointed. It's just that we're working towards the constitution.
We've had some messages which we'll see the need to take for now as we see where it's all shining and so McLean. I think Francis S. Josiah is still asking which parameters did you use to say, of course, this. Okay. Fabian, have you seen messages? Or should I continue? Usman Prince Sulaiman Kavoni says the SLPP has infiltrated the NGC party, and also Josiah Francis saying Section 16 was seriously robbed by GSMED. It's at this moment obvious that we've been joined in the studios by GSMED Suma, who, from according to the release, is the suspended chairman of the NGC party, even though, yes, he has issued out a release. He has issued out a release saying that he's not suspended. He's still the chairman, the acting chairman of the NGC party. It's a pleasure having you, GSMED.
Thank you for having me.
You insist you're not suspended, but your party says you are.
Not the party, say the Secretary General says I am. This is a battle between the party and the Secretary General.
Then justify.
This is a hostile takeover attempt of our party, and we are resisting it. It's because they were looking for somebody they can micromanage and remote control, and we refuse to be remote controlled. NGC is an independent political party. Umbilical cord is not tied to any other political party. And let me repeat the words that I said that led to this chaos that they're using as the basis, saying they're suspending me. One, the NGC party, in the practical sense of it, is not part of any alliance. The NGC party is an independent political party that exists as an independent political party, and those terms were even defined in the agreement that we had. Thirdly, we have a theoretical paper that we signed. We're going to present that paper to the National Delegates Conference, and they're going to decide it. The surrogates within our party, led by the Secretary General, disturbed the first NEC meeting when the members of our party, the grassroots of our party, came together, said they were going to vote on the issue of alliance. They brought 4 police. You guys heard about it. You guys, some of you may have reported on it. They brought 4 police trucks. They went into our office, forced our people out. Had that been done to any other political party, that would have been bloodbath. But NGC is a law-abiding political party. The police could not give us any reason because they were being used to destroy the NGC party. So I asked all our members to walk out of the hall. So we could not meet. This second time, they decided to pay people to come to the party, and unfortunately for them, no vote was taken. So they, you know, let me listen, guys. You know why I came on this show? For the respect of AYV. I told them there, I am not going to be on a show with a man like this. He's way, way below me. If you want to have me on a show with somebody else, it has to be the Secretary General. You understand? Because he's the one that sent the letter. I've responded to him. He's the one that should come. If he told me that you're going to have somebody like this, I have boys. They are grassroots begging, Chairman, let me go on the television to address people like him. You understand? So for the interest of the audience that are watching me now and you guys, I will take 1 or 2 questions and I'm going to walk out right now. Next time you call me, call the Secretary General or anybody at that caliber to discuss with me, not somebody like him. I wouldn't be the same show.
You have been accused in your party that you sort of got power drunken, that you were making decisions without consulting the membership of your party.
What decision did I make that I didn't consult membership? You see, this is a case of you arrest somebody, lock him up, and begin to look for stories to use as the basis. So you hold the person without any basis, then you begin to fabricate stories. Let me explain what happened.
Yeah, you asked a question about what decisions. Let's start with the public communication that NGC is no longer a practical member of any alliance.
Exactly.
What stages did you go through in your party before you started making that public communication? Did you get your party's membership approval that as a body we have agreed that we are no longer a part of any alliance? Because your party signed that alliance in a grand ceremony that the media covered. So we know that NGC had signed up to an alliance with the SLPP. But to come public now and say you're no longer a part of it, did you get the permission of your party membership?
Let me answer that. So because maybe you're taking the mischaracterization that they said. I had that interview on your show. Go back to your archive and listen to what I said. I said, in the practical sense of it, NGC is not part of an alliance. We, the NGCians, we don't consider us part of an alliance. In the theory part of it, there is a document we signed which we're going to present at the National Delegates Conference, which they disrupt twice now to prevent using force and chaos.
Perhaps you didn't probably understand me. It still brings me to, again, before you made that public statement, had you gone back to the party to say, this is it, or did you take that decision upon yourself as acting chairman?
That is the general consensus of the party across the board, including national officials. We are the one that runs the party.
Is
we are
there
the administrative
a meeting you held?
Several meetings.
Justify this?
Several meetings we held. But now, let's look at it from your rational point of view. Does that warrant you saying I suspend somebody? Not me, just anybody from a political party?
You so disagree with that, but let me quote one line from your letter you issued yesterday in response. You said, I quote, I firmly contest this decision and would like to appeal against it. Appealing sounds like it's got its own implications. You don't agree with them. You don't acknowledge that that was an official meeting, yet you say you're contesting it and you're appealing against it.
Because it is bogus. When something is bogus, you appeal. You appeal something that is not right. Appealing does not necessarily mean that you agree that it's right. It's because you don't agree that it's right. That's why you're appealing it.
Gismed, you sound very frustrated.
I'm not frustrated.
Are you worried about the fact that the barrage of issues confronting your parties do place a picture as if the parties are at the brink of collapse?
The parties are at the brink of collapse, you said?
Yes.
No, it is not. It is only chaotic individuals that are slavishly attached to the idea of being an alliance, hoping for the crumbs to fall someday so they can benefit. We are independent-minded members of the party. We don't consider ourselves part of any alliance, and we are going to table the issue about alliance in the next delegate conference because we attempted it on the first neck. They came with thugs and came with police to create chaos. They did it on the second one. So we don't want fight. The brutality that is permeating in other political parties, that they are used to doing in other political parties, is what they want to bring into the NGC party, and we are resisting it. We are independently minded individuals. Most of us, including me, have never joined any APC or SLPP party in the past. So we are not part and parcel of the corrupt system that has existed. We are trying to shape up a decent political party as progressives so we can be able to save the soul of this republic.
It was under a watchful eye that this alliance was signed. But again, we know most times when parties, practically in Sierra Leone, whenever there is an alliance between parties, it comes with a pay. And it is evident that currently we don't have many members within your party who've already benefited from that pay in a way or the other. Were you expected at this moment to have grabbed yours at this moment?
No member was appointed from the NGC party on the basis of the alliance. No. The basis of the alliance you will discuss with the leadership. Send me a list of people based on this alliance. Let's see which areas you want to slot them. Secondly, the people that are appointed, they are not part of our party anymore. They left our party and became part of the SLPP party. You cannot be in another political party and claim to be representing one that you have left. So those appointments were not based on the alliance.
What sort of a hold do you think the SLPP is having currently on the NGC?
I want to make another point clear, which I made in a previous interview that I had. Sure. This fight we're having in NGC, I don't want people to think it has anything to do with SLPP. SLPP has no hands in it. Fambule, when I listen carefully, this fight inside NGC, not to SLPP, we not blame them. Not to the government, we not blame them. The government not get hands in them. Confirm now people that wouldn't left for party, they look for somebody who will micromanage and remote control.
By that, do you mean Dr. Kande Kole?
I don't call names. They know themselves. And you guys know. The people who don't left for party, then they look for a surrogate or in the remote control. And who will run the party will refuse. So they use surrogate and like the Secretary General Amadou Sharif for can create confusion and chaos. The first time we will meeting, then bring police, then come for talk. For can set confusion, drive will come on our office, will be here. The second time we will go whole meeting.
Yes, ma'am, sorry to interrupt you. I'll kindly ask that we stick to the language for this program. Which is
I wanted to the grassroots to understand me better.
There are other programs you could use for them.
Okay, no problem. I apologize.
It's okay.
The second time we held meeting, they create the same chaos because they are afraid the moment we table that issue to our members, they will vote against continuing with the alliance.
We've seen your press release, but then what's the next line of action this made?
We're going to continue running the party as usual. If the Secretary General does not want to participate, that's his own choice not to participate. But I'm still the chairman and leader of the party, and I continue to remain the chairman and leader of the party until my term ends, when we'll have a delegate conference and decide the fate of who becomes the next chairman to succeed me, if any.
Emmanuel, just
as I said, before you go to Emmanuel, as I said, I wish I had been informed that you're going to have somebody like him. I would never have showed up. But because I have respect for you guys, that's why I decided to come spend a few minutes and clarify a few issues. So I want to take an exit. My apologies.
Could you, again, out of that same respect, do us the honor of spending a few more minutes out of courtesy? You've already been a gentleman by attending, so thank you very much for that. Would you please, Bells, just a couple of minutes more? Thank you very much, gentleman.
Okay,
Emmanuel,
I'll give you guys a few minutes.
Just spoke about interrupting a session. Is your fraction of the party not equally so guilty of the same thing you're accusing him of? If you want a democratic rule in the party, could it not have been wise to allow the members of the party put to a vote every motion put forward to them? Exactly. Why bring police to interrupt a session and preventing the membership from getting the opportunity to put to a vote their voices and decide what they want?
Thank you. First of all, Phoebe, let me start by saying Mr. Sumaya has just been insulting my personality, that I'm nobody. Let me state this clear. Mr. Jesman was an acting and the elected district chairman of this party. I'm not an acting member or acting NEC member. Mr. Jesman is just an acting chairman. Like someone, just like an apprentice, watching over his seat. I'm the chairman, elected district chairman for this party. That's one. So it's an insult for Mr. Suma to say, I'm a nobody. No. Once I have one vote at the NEC delegate conference, Mr. Suma, I have one vote. I'm a NEC member of the highest second body. So that's an insult of Mr. Suma to say, I'm nobody. I need a voice to join me. No. Okay. When I came here, I spoke. I did not speak about Mr. Jesman, nothing negative. All I said was, the decision was made by who? The NEC members. So for him to come, but that's been useful. We used to that. Even the party officer used to that. That's the leadership of this officer Jesman, insulting others. Party member used to that.
Okay, so then respond to the question.
Thank you. Can you?
Why prevent the membership from putting the motion to a vote? Why bringing police officers to interrupt the session?
Okay. First of all, on that D-Day that the meeting was called, NEC meeting is meant for NEC member. That's sure. So before the meeting, I guess like he's calling cohort, Mr. Suma already get a plan with some members of the party with a placard, rally around the party office. We must go. Alliance must go. Alliance must go. And the layman that he's saying about, they are not the people making decisions for the party. When it comes to delegate conference, we need these people. But the NEC member make the decision. So first, they were not permitted to be at that premises. And for the police intervention that Mr. Suma is saying now, no, there were no time in that meeting police embarrassed any NEC member. Say you should get out of the meeting. No. The meeting started with a prayer. The first kiosk of this meeting, Mr. Suma allowed member to the deputy to be coming for NEC members, for NEC meeting, where we have to decide a serious issue. He allowed the deputy to come to a NEC meeting. That was the first confusion of this meeting. So what happened? Both parties were having say no, it should be the member itself, not deputy for a NEC meeting. We have this confrontation. The police say, okay, what is happening? All the members of this party come out of this hall for us to know who are the NEC members. Then Mr. Suma standing outside, like the party is just a club calling members. NEC member, come, let's vote outside of the party office. It seems like the NGC is a club or social club that just do something like that. So nobody or no member we are molested at that D-Day. The police were there to caution that, hey, if you want this chaos to continue, please, can you cancel this meeting? Or all of you come out, allow the then acting chairman to call the NEC members.
Who invited the police?
Actually, you can ask the chairman, because the Secretary General even come and confirm that I did not invite police. I don't have the authority. The police were invited by Mr. Jesman. Jesman is the acting chairman. He was the acting chairman. He owns the authority by then.
So, Emmanuel, this is quite confusing to the public.
Yeah.
Jasmed says he didn't invite the police. He says the Secretary General did. You're saying the Secretary General didn't invite the police. Jasmed did.
Fabian, do you believe that the Secretary General will have the power to invite the police for a meeting called by the acting chairman? Can that be in a political party? The acting chairman called on a meeting. He usually, even this meeting, there was a police there called by the chairman. Even this meeting, police were there called by this chairman. The Secretary General don't have the right to call police or security apparatus. So Mr. Suma did do that. He called the police. The bottom line is that the police did their job diligently. So Mr. Jesmo maybe he was thinking the police should just arrest people. And people said no. He said these are NEC members. They have the right to be into this hall. And one of the reasons for this chaos that NEC members we are not part of. People who are not NEC members, they were inside the hall, waiting to do this voting and to start the meeting.
Emmanuel, we've read the letter that was issued out by Jasmed Suma to the party, saying that he will appeal the decision of the party.
No, not the party, the Secretary General's letter. Anyway, let me explain how I became the acting chairman and leader. I was elected at the delegate conference as the deputy chairman. Landslide victory. The margin between me and the preferred candidate of the Secretary General is so large because a large number of the delegates voted me in to deputize Dr. Dennis Bright. So I was not just swinging to the position of a chairman. I was elected, bona fide elected by the delegates with a long margin between me and their own preferred candidate he was campaigning for. The position you occupy as a deputy is to be prepared to step in the stead of the substantive when they don't exist. And when the substantive was not existing, I became the acting substantive chairman and leader of the party. So how can somebody say, oh, I'm just acting, I'm not a chairman? This is the kind of mentality they have. They don't understand processes. They don't understand how to run systems. So they just think the chaos that they're used to in other political parties, they will bring that same chaos here. When few people call the shot, they bypass processes because they think they have the power to do things without adhering to the principles of the party that you guys profess to be leading. That's the same chaos they want to bring into the NGC party, and we are going to resist them. Let me repeat it again. I am the constitutionally bona fide, constitutionally mandated, bona fide chairman and leader of the NGC party. Nobody has made any decision to the contrary. The entire world, the entire Sierra Leone, PPRC, everybody on their record has Jasmed F. Suma as the chairman and leader of the party.
A decision has been made to the contrary, which is more so the reason why you'll be appealing the decision of the secretary of the party.
No decision has been made to the, that's the point, that's why I'm appealing his letter. I'm challenging his letter.
To challenge and to appeal are two different things.
Yeah, I'm challenging his letter. No decision was made. As I said, our party has processes. I'm the one that chairs the NEC meeting. We were at the NEC meeting, with the main focus of that meeting was financial report, because the new leadership is trying to bring transparency and accountability into the NGC party that does not exist in other political party. We want to make sure our delegates, our members know exactly how we perform. And part of the processes that I've instituted into the party is to make sure every leadership within the national officers have a report to make to the membership. If you're a Secretary General, you're a public relations officer, you're a organizing secretary, you're a women's leader, you're a regional chairperson, we need to have quarterly reports so people know what you have done within the past quarter. Those things never used to exist. So this time we'll focus on financial report. So by the time we got to the financial report, Secgen says he wants to report on the disciplinary activities that the party has taken. I said, you're not the one that should do that. The chairman of the disciplinary committee is here. Let's allow him to report. Say, oh no, chairman, let me do this and that and everything. Right in the middle of it, he he got one of the guys to rise, say, well, I'm hereby moving a motion to ask the chairman to apologize for going to the television to say that NGC is no longer part of an alliance. And if he does not, I'm hereby moving a motion for him to be suspended as chairman and leader of the party. Immediately he said that, we just bust laugh.
Yes, Matt, as
let
you
me
say
finish
that,
this. Let me finish
before
this.
You finish it, as you say that, it contradicts your earlier submission in this very edition of this program this morning, where you said, I asked you, before going public with that statement that you're not in practicality in any alliance, did you get the consent of your membership? You said it's the wider consensus. So if that's the case, why would that member of your party now stand in that meeting and demand an apology from you as their acting chairman for going public with that statement?
Does that justify if somebody can come and say that you are wearing green? Does that make it right because he said it? And when we all know you're wearing white and move, I'm coming. When we know you're wearing white and move, can you say that, oh, well, how can you deny it because that guy says you're wearing green when we know you're wearing white?
No,
but that's what you're saying. That does not make...
What this speaks to is that your earlier submission that it's in general consensus.
It is a general consensus of the party. It
cannot be because you have a member who you just said stood in the meeting and demanded an apology from you for making that statement in public without their
Hold on a second.
support.
Are you saying that out of 100, if one person says that one person represents...
In a democracy, does one person not count?
I'm not saying it doesn't count, but the majority, does that represent the majority? Does that one person represent the majority?
Majority or minority, do you as a leader not consider every member of your party?
That's what I'm saying. It is majority that decides. It's not the one person that decides.
But what are the rules within the party in respect to SIM, your appearance on public forum?
The Constitution says I am the spokesperson. I am the one that projects the principles and values of the party. If you look at our Constitution, that's part of my mandate.
Based on your opinion, feelings and emotions, or
representing the party.
Based on general consensus with the party, by this, your members.
Exactly. And that is the general consensus of the members. In the practical sense of it, everybody knows.
Do you consider yourself a humble leader or a dictator within the NGC? In assessing your own leadership style.
How can you even use the word dictator associated with my name?
How you answer is entirely on you. My job is to ask the questions. It's a question, sir. Do you
I'm a humble
yourself
leader.
A humble leader or
very
a
humble leader, but a principled leader. The difference is that people are not used to somebody that speaks the truth. They are used to, in politics in general, it's a politics of deceit. When somebody comes to you, hey, bro, what's in the happen, this and that, bro, I will let you, when what's in the happen, well, they can't go vote or this and that. They want you to be somebody who says, okay, yeah, this and that. I'm not used to.
You who wants your party members to agree with you all the time, even when there's a difference of opinion?
Yeah, but we do everything through voting. We do everything through voting. I'm not the one that move all the motions. People move motions. We decide. The thing is, the difference is, people are not used to a disciplined leadership. They are not used to a leadership that speaks the truth. They are used to leadership that always, they call it liberalism, quote unquote. We are not used to that. We operate in a different environment. So some people get frustrated because of that. So as a result, but everybody knows that NGC has an effective leadership right now that is moving the party. That is why majority people are coming out of different political parties to join our party. Just last week, we held a major session at the party when a lot of people came and joined our party. So those are the signals that is scaring some people that they want to come and hijack the party from us. So I did say I was going to give you guys a few minutes.
Indeed, this is a conversation.
So, may I take leave, please?
We're about wrapping up this segment.
Thank you for your patience thus far.
Most definitely. Of course, GSMED is about to appeal the decision of the secretary of the party. I suppose it will be received with open hands. Emmanuel, quickly.
Okay, let me go quickly. How can you appeal for a decision and you're still saying that it's not the right decision? Can you appeal for something that you did not do? Let me be sincere. Mr. Suma is saying that in the letter was not stated to the secretary. Fabian, I don't know. Yeah, I think the letter was stated to the Secretary General.
Yes.
Sorry, my phone just went off. My battery.
I didn't see this. Okay, let's see. So the Secretary General did not suspend Mr. Jesmond. He likely said voted, and the NEC member suspended. The highest body suspended Mr. Suma, and by going to appeal, meaning that he realized that he has been suspended. And I'm saying this here, just after this interview, Mr. Jesmond Suma, if he wanted to contest the suspension, he can go to the PPRC. Because PPRC, they will make law. Will make laws for political parties. So Mr. Suma can take it to the party. But now, as we sit in here, he cannot say he's the acting chairman, where the NEC member has been suspended. The secretary did not suspend Mr. Suma. He was not part of the voting. When we laid the vote, the motion vote, secretary did not vote.
So you were there?
I'm a NEC member, I was there.
And you voted against Suma?
Sure. I voted against dictator, not Suma only. From the interview, Mr. Suma. Mr. Suma is a dictator. You don't need to hide that.
Thank you so very much, Emmanuel and Suma. It's been a pleasure having you here this morning.
Thank you.
We just hope this one will be settled amicably within your party. But nonetheless,
and what's your intention to resolve this, Jesmond? How do you intend resolving this? Clearly, your positions are not the same, and there are two sides to this in the party.
Absolutely.
How do you intend to resolve it?
If you read the content of my letter, it speaks to that. It speaks to the need for unity. It speaks to the need for resolving issues, internal party issues. It also speaks to the focus of this government, that is focused on inter and intra-party dialogue so that we can resolve matter. It speaks to the focus of the international community because of the need for inter and intra-party dialogue so there will be unity and moving forward. My letter speaks to that. So that's the position I'm taking, just so that they can reason out, understand that this game that they want to play, being allowed to be used to get a hostile takeover of our party, is not going to work. And it's going to continue to create chaos, and we don't want chaos. We want to unify the party.
Would you
and
be
move
seeking
the party.
dialogue with the members?
Well, the Secretary General, who is the kingpin for this hostile takeover attempt, he's the one that the letter is addressed to, and then we copy PPRC and all the different stakeholders in this geopolitics of Sierra Leone.
Thank you,
indeed, thank you very much. Thank you. It's been an amazing moment.
Thank you.
Sorry, Emmanuel.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
So sorry, Emmanuel.